what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Kindred Fates community newsletter, this time for October 26, 2020. Now, those of you who might have been wondering, isn't this supposed to come out on Saturday? Well, that's because it did get delayed. And interestingly, I did predict in my Monster Tamer news that had to do with it maybe having something to do with the alpha. I don't know if that was the specific reason, because they did state the specific reason was because it was a large newsletter, but I was right that it did have something specifically to do with the alpha, and maybe I was right that they delayed it so it wasn't too close to the Crown Tundra. It's a possibility. All I'm gonna say is that I'm psychic. That's all I can say. So anyways, we're gonna go through this, and we do have a video that I haven't seen yet, so that's exciting. Anyway, overview. There's a lot to talk about this week. Here are the main subjects we'll be going over. Announcement video, development updates, Alpha Arena rollout, plushie updates, community pumpkin carving contest, and community stream updates. Initial roster. This is another thing I'm really excited for. If this shows off the full initial roster, we can sort of compare it to my video that I did speculating and see who I got right. So that's going to be interesting as well. So one of the most common questions we get is, who will be playable in the Alpha Arena? Let's take a look. So here's our roster. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, yeah. 7 Kinfolk total. So it was less than I predicted, but surprisingly, there's no K-Knight and Auburn, which I'm very surprised about. Gameplay trailer coming soon. So that is very interesting. I'm gonna switch over to my alpha speculation video and let's see which ones I got right. Okay, so here on the video you could see I predicted the whole Auburn line because they're already in the game. If Auburn and K-Knight aren't the initial release, they're gonna be the first ones to come. I'm almost positive. Then I said, okay, Ember and K-Knight Ember and Skullkin because they're seen in a lot of gameplay. Then I went over to. Let's see.
Now, Auburn is also the first Kinfolk in the alpha. That was proposed in our subscription game. Now, this is possible, but not be in the alpha. That Kinfolk
Kadoki, that one was a pretty obvious one.
Reference, and we haven't really seen them in action. So, from number 6 onwards, it's worked on, but it seems to be a starter trailer, like I mentioned, and it's done according to the progress board. Also, in terms of Gaia types, they won't know what they are. We have right. It's gonna. Shovelbutt's currently the only Earth type other than Black.
Yeah, Shovelbutt.
Now, as for Mechid, it actually has a rival here being Iron Fist, which
Mechid.
Fist is new likely. Video picture changes, letter animation, which is extremely likely to be Deer Dog, especially Deer Dog or Humble Shepherd is also did fall logger air. Now, the only light type is the Stag, and on the backlog there is a light type creature named Gentle, the Gentle Progress Board. So, unlike the others that plug, which does sort of each time down, and then getting for another. I said Avion, likely Bacchia, and terrain based.
So I was on the right track, but yeah, I got a couple of them wrong by the looks of it. The exact roster is. Where are we? Yeah, so I knew Skullkin, Kadoki were very likely. Ember makes sense. Slifer, Shovelbutt, and Mechid were also on my list just because they were sort of the first of their types being worked on, and then the Light Stag we had already seen, so that's pretty cool. This is pretty interesting gameplay. I like Shovelbutt's little combo. Yeah, so this is exciting. We have the official roster. Now let's find out a little more about it. Progress. All of the combat arena's major improvements this sprint, with new lighting, fog, and clouds being added to each. The Ruins arena is now complete, and the other 2 arenas are not far behind. Status and crowd control effects are in now. The effects give Kinfolk new options for things like hampering the enemy's movement and dealing damage over time. Each one now displays a little VFX animation above the affected Kinfolk so you can easily tell what's going on. With all of these status effects, you'll need a way to help get rid of them, so we've also begun implementing held items. There are several held items which you can select in team customization in certain circumstances, acquire in combat. We wrapped up most functionality for the battle results screen. Now when you finish a match, you'll see how many rounds you won and lost, which kinfolk were alive and died during each round, and your player score. One of the most important tasks this sprint was improving hit detection in online matches. Accurate lag compensation is a particularly difficult aspect of this, but it's one that we've improved a lot this sprint. As it turns out, Kindred Fates gameplay is pretty challenging to implement netcode for. We'll be listening closely to player feedback on this and continue making improvements wherever they are needed. Accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. We've honed attacks so that each projectile travels and collides more accurately. It feels fair now when damage is inflicted, since collisions are more visible to both the attacker and the attackee. We've also continued incorporating new attacks to each character's arsenal so that kinfolk have some variety to choose from. We've spent a lot of time this sprint improving the stability of our servers. We were seeing cases where the servers would stay alive after a game had ended, which caused all the servers to fill up and not allow anyone else to join a game. Alpha release information. In order to make the alpha launch as smooth as possible, we'll be rolling out the servers in waves. We're expecting this to begin in late November. Is this a public release? Yes, this will be the first time we're releasing a playable portion of the game to people outside of Skymill Studios. How many waves will there be and how many people? Depending on how the servers performs, we're expecting 3 to 5 waves. In the first wave, we'll send out 50 keys to champion tier or higher backers. By the last wave, we'll have sent out keys to everyone who has access to the closed alpha. I hope I'm in the first wave. How will people be selected to receive a key? A very small number of close friends and family in the team, and the remainder are random players with alpha access. Can we see it? If someone receives a key and shares the footage, yes. When will you roll out the next wave? As soon as we verified that the game/servers are stable and working in the current wave. We'll keep you updated with more information on each closer to the launch. So, I really hope I get my hands on the first wave. I really wanna make videos about the alpha. Community. The first batch of Auburn plushies will be shipped out next week. If you're expecting a plushie but haven't filled out your address info yet, be sure to do so on your Skymill account on our website. We've already compiled a list of addresses for the first batch, but if your address is in our system before the next batch, approximately 1 to 2 weeks after the first, it could be included then. Pumpkin contest. 'Tis a season for fear, scares, and large orange plants. As of such, what better way to celebrate the times of the pumpkin carving contest? This isn't an ordinary pumpkin carving contest because you're allowed to carve any plant of your desire. Interesting. Don't like to carve pumpkins? No problem. Try your hand at carving a watermelon, cabbage, eggplant, potato, apple, cantaloupe, etc. As long as it's a big plant you've cut a shape into. We're also allowing 3D models for those who just don't want to get their hands dirty. Just no 2D art. That makes sense. Now, if you've got an idea, here's everything you need to know. Your work must be submitted by November 7th at 12. Submissions must either be Kindred Fates or Skymill related. Your submission must be posted in contest submission in the Discord. 1 submission per user, but you can edit/re-upload your post before the 7th if you've taken down your previous post. They just said no 2D art. Plus 100 points if you carve Andrew as the best community manager. The winner will receive a champion package and in-game triumphant title for their efforts. You lovely people will also vote for a favorite who will be receiving the same reward. Our last stream, Kindred Talks 8, is available to watch on our YouTube channel. Give it a listen if you're curious about other aspects of the game's development or if you want to hear embarrassing stories from the creator's childhood. Our next Steam will be Chill with the Devs 8. Andrew spent the last week modding Fallout 4 for Rob to play. Who knows what Andrew's done? Not Rob. Tune into our Twitch channel on Saturday, October 31st at 3 p.m. EST to find out. Thanks for checking in with us. We'll see you guys next time. So yeah, it's a pretty big update overall. I'm definitely excited about the alpha launch, and I got my fingers crossed that I'm one of the first people to get it when it comes out, because that way I can make videos for you guys. I want to make videos about each kinfolk, like how it plays. So there's 7 kinfolk in the alpha. I'll probably have like an Ember gameplay video, and I'll sort of explain all of Ember's moves and stuff like that. I'll do one for Shovelbutt. I'll do one for Mech Kid. I'll do one for each, essentially. And then I'm probably gonna do videos on. I'll probably do some streams on Twitch as well. I'm gonna do the initial stream on YouTube, but I'll probably do some Twitch streams, like playing with you guys and stuff like that. And then maybe we can upload like highlights and stuff to the YouTube channel. We can also like Maybe if there's any Easter eggs in the alpha and stuff, we could also do videos about that. Like, I have a ton of videos planned with the alpha, so I'm really excited for that. Anyway, yeah, so let me know what you guys thought of this community newsletter. It looks like we got about another month if it is late November, so we got a little more time. So make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things Kindred Fates. But anyways, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like, follow me on Twitter, check out my Discord and Patreon, and until next time, peace.